Mostly Christians look at fasting with a negative mode. When we hear the word fasting, we already get tormented with the memories of going hungry and abstaining from all the tasty food and tasty habits that we have. But remember, fasting is beautiful. Fasting is basically we are saying no to the flesh and yes to the spirit. Fasting is mostly we are training ourselves to be led by the spirit and our soul rather than our stomach and our mind. Fasting brings wonderful benefits in our lives. So fasting is not something negative to be looked at. Fasting is something you should look with an excitement. Jesus said, when you fast, don't be like hypocrites who make their face look long and mourning and sad, and they want to make everybody know that we are fasting. But Jesus said, when you fast, wash your face, put nice cream on the face, and make look good and bright. Look at Daniel and Shadrach and Meshach and Abednego. When they fasted through a Daniel fast, their face was radiating with the glory of God. Look at Moses, who was on the mountaintop. He did spend 40 days with God in fasting and praying. When he came down, Bible says his face was radiating with the glory of God. Look at Jesus. Bible says in Gospel of Luke chapter 4, Jesus was filled with the Holy Spirit, went into the wilderness to fast and pray for 40 days. Then it says he came back with full of power. And he straight walked into the synagogue, picked up the scroll, and he read that portion saying that Spirit of the Lord is upon me. He has anointed me to preach the good news to the poor, heal the broken heart, and open the blind eyes, and proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord. And after reading, he closed the book and he gave it to the bookkeeper and said, today at your hearing, this verse is fulfilled. And he went out and he started preaching, healing the sick, casting out demons, raising dead, healing lepers, and doing all wonderful things. So when did he do? After he fasted and prayed. Daniel fasted, Paul fasted, David fasted. Look at any man of God in the Bible, they all fasted. In fact, some churches in the world, they take fasting as a celebration of the year. Some churches start the year with the fasting. Fast 21 days, fast 40 days. They enter into fasting. They just set themselves for the blessings over. They set a pace so that where God can bless them. So I want you to look at fasting with an excitement. I know your tummy may be rumbling. Now we are doing a Daniel fast as a church. It's not the tummy rumbling, it's the mind getting driven all around. You know, I'm a coffee lover. I drink normally 5 or 6 cups of coffee, the large cups. And last 3 days, I haven't drank a drop of coffee, neither tea. But guess what? I feel very good about it. I spoke in the church about fasting. Some people said, Pastor, I can't fast. When I fast, my stomach starts shivering. I said, good for you. Better you start. Let's see how much more it shivers. Some people say, I fainted. I said, good for you. You're getting out of the control of the fleshly power. You faint when you fast because your power doesn't come from your spirit or soul. It comes from your flesh. That power is not a good power. That's a fleshly power. So if you fall down, fall down. You will get up soon and continue fasting so that your spirit man get built up and your spirit man becomes so strong, he'll be able to take control of your fleshly man. We have a carnal nature and a spiritual nature. We need to nurture our carnal, not the carnal nature. We need to nurture our spiritual nature and become like Jesus. So don't have a negative approach to fasting. Have a positive approach to fasting. Fasting builds your inner strength. Learn to fast and pray. We as a church, we are doing a 21 days of Daniel fast. I encourage some of you in the middle of this 21 days of Daniel fast. Maybe 2-3 days you go for a complete fast. There are three types of fasting. There are many, but I just want to focus on three. One is a fasting without water and without food. You can do only 3 days scientifically, but Jesus and Moses and all fasted for 40 days. And some of the sadhus in our Hinduism, guys who go and sit in the Himalayas and meditate, they go without food for many days. And there is a movement called breatharians. Breatharians basically don't eat at all. They eat as a novelty once in a while, and they say they feel so free. So fasting is spiritual, but it's worldly too. Even the people of the world have realized the importance of fasting. Everybody joined the fast. So I want to encourage, maybe in the middle of the fast, try out no food, no water for 1 day. See how it goes. Or try out 3 days, no food, only drink liquid. So there are three kind of fast. One is Daniel fast, which we are doing, only vegetables and fruits and nuts. Or you can do a 40 days fast, no food, only juice, liquids. Or you can do a 3-day fast, no food, no water. Just give yourself unto God. Let your carnal man become weak, and so that your spiritual man can gain power. Fasting draws you closer to God. Fasting opens the windows of heaven. Fasting is not to make God to change his mind. Fasting is for you to change from your carnal mind into a spiritual mind. So I want to encourage all of you to join for fasting and praying. God has amazing things. In the history, all the men of God of our generation or the past generation or the Bible time, whenever they were called for something special, they fasted and prayed, weeping, sought the Lord. Whether it's Nehemiah or David or Daniel or Moses or Jesus or Peter or Paul, or you take anybody in the Bible, they fasted and prayed to prepare. In fact, if you are inspired to fast, it may be a sign that other side, God is preparing something for you, something big, great. Now, fasting also is time devil attacks you. See, Jesus finished 40 days. What's the next thing? He had temptation. He was tempted in all three aspects of life: flesh, lust of life, lust of eyes, lust of flesh, pride of life. So I encourage all of you to join with us to fast. Make fasting as your regular habit. God has amazing things for you. God bless you. Enjoy the fasting. Don't be negative about the fasting. Don't get scared of the fasting. Learn to love fasting. God bless you.